So there's a term that you may have heard of, but it's the process that every product on the market goes through as it's being developed. Consumer electronics like phones and tablets, to websites and mobile apps, to this water bottle. That water bottle, everything goes through this process. We're talking about design thinking. So I want to give you guys an intro to exactly what design thinking is and explain the whole process to you. What's up, everyone? I'm Reggie Dupree, owner and founder of Final Draft Design. Today, we're talking about design thinking. This is a very important process that all products need to go through for it to be a success. All the successful products out there, the iPhone, flat screen TVs, this Mac, this camera, everything goes through this design thinking process, no matter what it is. Design thinking is broken up into 5 phases, 5 stages. In fact, let's say 6. So you have empathy, define, ideate, prototype, test, and implement. So let's break those down. Empathy. You definitely want to understand your users. You got to understand what they need, because it's not about you. You can't make assumptions of what you think users are going to need. So what you'll see a lot of UX designers or product designers do, they come up with different user profiles to help you figure out who your target market is and how you're going to address their problem. You develop a whole story so you can understand who your market is. So that's what a user profile is. Stage 2, define, and that's define the problem. Now that you've done your research and you understand users and you understand what they need or what they expect from you, figure out what their problem is or see what issues they're having, and it's your job now to figure out what the solution is or how you're going to solve that problem. Every Friday we watch Shark Tank with the boys. Every Shark Tank episode, every pitch, it always starts out with a problem. So let me see if I can illustrate this. Okay, couple comes in, they say something about campers, they like to put their ski rack or their hiking equipment on top of the roof of their SUV. So this is the camper, but the problem is it's hard to get to the top of the SUV because it's so high. That's the problem. So our solution is like a little stepping mechanism that you hook to your door, where you can step on your door to reach the top of your roof of your car. That's the solution. All that was design thinking. They figure out the problem, they understand their user, and they got the solution. That's design thinking. Okay, let's see, because those oranges just threw me off track. Step 3. So now that you understand your users and understand what the problem is, this stage, step 3, or stage 3, is ideate. This is all about the brainstorming sessions. Just write down as much information, as many ideas as you can. So have your whiteboard cleared off, have your Evernote on your phone open, or just have your notebook open and just jot down as many ideas as you can. Write down everything. That's ideate. That's when you just pretty much come up with all your ideas and figure out what your product is going to be. Once you figure out what your product is going to be, that takes me into stage 4, and that's the prototype. That's when you start building your product, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just really to show functionality. This is where your designers and your developers, at least in the web world, this is where they get together and they start hashing out, coming up with ideas or coming up with the flow and the layout and the wireframes, just to show the functionality, not the final product, just to show the functionality to see if this actually solves the problem that you're trying to solve with your design. Which actually brings us to the next phase, test. You have to test to see if this solves the problem that you're trying to solve. It's all about the users. You want users that are actually going to use this product to test it to see if it's actually going to work. So we get all the feedback, and then we come back together. We kind of come up with different iterations of either the design or the product or whatever we're doing, and then from that feedback, we come up with our final product. You don't necessarily have to have a focus group. That's just one of the methods that we use, but you can send it to a friend, or you can send it to somebody that that's going to use this product. Again, you definitely want people that's actually going to use this product. You don't want to just send it to your friend or your cousin, your homeboy that's just going to co-sign for you anyway. You want to send it to people that are going to use this product and understand what it's used for, to see if it actually solves the problem that you're trying to solve. That's important. So once you've done your testing, and once you have everything working, you have your final product, you're ready to launch. So you're ready to implement. You put all that stuff together, all that research, all that hard work, you put it all together, and you're ready to launch. That's stage 6, implementation and launching it. Now you can send it out to the world. You can set up your ClickFunnels and your email list, put your email list to work, and sell that product, get that product out there. And that's what design thinking is all about. Now this design thinking thing, this is what in college, I just gave you guys a crash course. I just gave you guys a lesson in design thinking. So I hope that was helpful to some people. If you're coming up with a product, or if you have an idea for a product, try to use some of these ideas in your product development. And I'm telling you, it'll save you a lot of money, a lot of time and energy later on. This process is so important that if a client comes to us now and they don't want to invest the time or the money into the design thinking process, we'll turn the project down. Because what happens is, if we put something out there without us doing our due diligence and without us doing our proper research and really understanding the user, the product won't succeed. We want to put out the best product we can. So that's why we go through the design thinking process and strategy to make sure that we deliver the best that we can deliver. So that's it. I hope that made sense. If that was helpful to anyone, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at @FinalDraft. And I think that's it here. Yeah, and I will see you guys next week. RegTalk.